After reviewing Gungrave, I thought I'd take a break and review something good. This is Metal Gear for the MSX, included as a bonus part of Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence. It was Hideo Kojima's first game, and the first game in the stealth action genre. I'm a big fan of the work of Hideo Kojima, and I love the Metal Gear series as a whole. And so I thought, what the hell, I'll review the first game in the series, which isn't the best game in the series, but that's not to say it's not good. It is good. Okay, now, I'll get the bad stuff out of the way first. There's one big problem with this game, and that problem is that it never really tells you where to go. He gives you advice and such, but you don't get very much direction as to where to go, so I actually had to use a walkthrough while I was capturing game footage for this, because since you're not told where to go, you just wander around blindly, since you're not told where to go, so I had to have a walkthrough. Even though there were things I missed and had to go back and get, so that's an explanation for that. Now, I guess the good comes up, because that was my only real complaint. Well, that and the lack of voice acting, but that can't be helped, can it? For 1987, these graphics look really good. I mean, nowadays, of course, they're really, really bad by today's standards. But for 1987, they were good. They were very good for the year, for the time. And, a lot of people complain, a lot of Kojima fans look at this game and complain about its simplicity and story. The game actually has an actual story with twists and conflicts and human poignancy and such. But unfortunately for the European release and for the crappy NES American release, a lot of text was cut, and the whole thing was really, really poorly translated. I mean, stuff like, I feel asleep. Uh-oh, the lorry have started to move. Uh-oh, the truck have started to move. I mean, for God's sake, while you're at it, why don't you try to find out if all your base are belong to us, huh? But the translation for the PS2 version via Subsistence is actually very good, and it gets the entire storyline in there. So, yeah, you grab this and play a fully translated version of Metal Gear. Oop, I got spotted, but we move to the next room. Now, like I said, there were things I missed in the walkthrough, so I can't really say that everything is going to be perfect here. Another good thing about this game is, despite the fact the gameplay is very simple and pretty forgettable in some places, it still manages to be pretty fun. I mean, maybe it is the simplicity, because of the simplicity, it manages to be fun. Unlike the other Metal Gear games, which are so great because of complexity and plotline and gameplay, this one's good mainly because of its overall simplicity. The storyline was very complicated for the time, but the gameplay was pretty simple, and I don't know, that has kind of a neat little charm to it. Neat little charm to the whole game. It's a shift change there. In the original European translation, it was relieve. I know. Sounds more like they're going for a bathroom break than taking their coffee breaks. Yeah. This is a good game. But I really have quite a bit to say about it, so, you know, I know this is a little late to include a disclaimer, but this game, it's going to be reviewed in multiple parts, multiple sections, multiple videos. This is just part one. Now here's, unfortunately, another really big complaint I have, is the transceiver system. In the original, no, not the original, in the later Metal Gear games, the transceiver system, it's on a menu, you can make calls wherever you want, to whoever you want. But in the original version, it's purely room dependent. Calls will only occur when you're in certain rooms. You only got called in certain places. And on top of that, there's no menu to help you remember the frequencies, so you have to write them all down. And, well, I have a lot of sticky notes with the frequencies on them. And, yes, sir. Another problem is with the transceiver, it'll make calls when they're unneeded. Like, I have the gas mask in my possession, right? Yeah, I have the gas mask in my possession, and so when I enter the gas room, Big Boss says you need a gas mask for the gas room. But I already have the gas mask, so why bother calling me to tell me I need one? Yeah, sorry for these awkward pauses, I really am. But I'm just not experienced in this quite yet. The Foxhound man that initially created the base a few days ago is unharmed. They captured him. Might as well save the game, because, you know, this can be a pretty hard game if you don't play your cards right. Speaking of cards, I'm going to do a review of Metal Gear Acid sometime, and unlike this game, that game really sucked.